Hey, what's going on, guys? So I was scrolling through our Facebook group and came across an older post, but still a really good post by Rami. 180 likes, and he says he joined our program, and then about a year later he was able to kill his job. So I'm gonna take this post, I'm gonna go through these 10 tips by Rami. I think some of them are really good. I'm gonna tell you which of these tips are still relevant today in 2024 for Rank and Rent, and also I'm gonna give you some of my insights as to if I disagree with any of these tips by Rami, what I would do different. As those of you guys that know, I've been doing Rank and Rent for over 10 years. Okay, so here we have the first advice by Rami is niche down. Sure, it's fine to test out different things in the beginning, but eventually once you find a niche that works well and produces good results for you, stick with it at least until you get to the next level with that niche. This will make you really confident and familiar with the lingo, the prices, etc., and make you less likely to get taken advantage of by clients. Also, by positioning yourself as an expert in your niche instead of jack of all trades, you can instantly command higher payments simply because you can use that reason to justify it when clients compare you to other services. I mostly agree with this. In the beginning, I think it's important to diversify a little bit because you don't want to just do one niche and get stuck with it, and that doesn't end up being a good niche. I mostly say, in the beginning at least, stick with niches that are moderate to high call volume, like kitchen remodeling. That's very low call volume because it's such a high ticket, big expensive purchase for customers. Right now, in the beginning, it's better to have more reps. I would say though, niching down is something I did, but anybody can be at least an expert in 3 different niches at once, maybe even up to 5. It's not really that big of a deal. None of these niches are that complicated to master, even all the lingo and the prices. I think any student can master anywhere from 3 to 5 niches. It sounds like Rami found a niche that he really liked and he really scaled that out, which is cool because in this business, there's so many cities out there. You can choose to be in one vertical and scale that out. I personally scaled 3 to 4 different niches at once. All right, number 2, delegate the nitty-gritty work once you learn how to do it yourself and did it manually for long enough to understand how to teach it to somebody else. I agree. First, you should learn to do all of this manually by yourself before you try to hire somebody else. The less time you spend working in your business, the more time you'll have to spend working on your business and scaling it. I was a victim of this for almost all of 2000, doing almost everything myself. That led to me making less in all of 2016 total than I did in the first 2 months of 2017 alone, which is when I hired someone to do a lot of the tedious stuff. Okay, very good lesson here. I always say all the time, as soon as you have some sort of cash flow, $600, $700 a month of positive cash flow, you should hire a virtual assistant ASAP. I use onlinejobs.ph. But also, guys, today with AI content writers, a lot of the tedious stuff has been taken out of the equation. So for example, you can use Snap's AI web builder, and then if you go to my website, I have a content writer here. The free version is decent, but the paid version, I do have to charge some credits for it because it's making a bunch of API calls to do further research. These are a bunch of AI agents that are creating a far better content than ChatGPT. So I would highly recommend checking that out because that was the first thing that I delegated or I hired was a content writer. Number 3, be creative. You don't always have to do things exactly how others are doing it. Job killing gives you the foundation for you to build upon, since it may work if you do everything exactly by the book, but that doesn't mean you can't put your own twist on the methods. This is why I love the job killing community. We have people sharing different strategies. We go to like live events over the years, so we're able to trade different unique strategies. I've certainly come up with mine over the years. Number 4, avoid shiny object syndrome. I was also a victim of this one, still am to an extent, and need to resist daily. Chasing shiny object and losing crap ton of money in the process, and more importantly, losing time, especially in this day and age where there are so many opportunities blasted on your newsfeed daily. Of course, I learned something from each of those attempts, but if I had to go back, I probably would have focused a bit more on what was already working for me. I couldn't agree more. I got shiny object syndrome too around 2017, 2018. Even though my lead gen sites were all making me money, I tried to chase for Facebook ads and affiliate marketing. Tried it, made a little bit of money. It wasn't long-term stable. It all crashed and burned. And I realized I wasted a lot of time when I could have been building more lead gen sites. So many young entrepreneurs make this mistake, is that once they get the result and the success of a particular business model, they get too comfortable, or they think there's a better technique to get to bigger numbers faster, because what initially made them successful was to take that leap of faith from their 9 to 5, and they found something like a rank and rent or job killing that actually worked. So they want to take another leap of faith. But that could be a big mistake. One leap of faith is all you need to get out of your 9 to 5. And then I would say exercise extreme amount of patience and don't falter from what's already working. Number 5, minimize distractions. Avoid spending too much aimlessly scrolling through your newsfeed or in groups. A little bit is okay to network and get new ideas, but just monitor it. No need for explanation there. Today, it's even harder with Instagram and TikTok. Number 6, treat your business like a business. I believe this was mentioned in JK, but if you treat your business like a side gig, it will stay a side gig. Think to yourself, if this was a legit large marketing agency, what would I do? That may mean things like getting yourself formally incorporated, S Corp all the way, or consult with an accountant about how best to plan for taxes, or use bookkeeping software to keep everything tracked, or making yourself a nice professional looking email signature, or building out your agency page and website. It's never too early to start building your business. I highly recommend, which is good advice by the way, start building your personal brand from day one. Create your agency site. Start posting about it on Facebook, Instagram, about what you're doing. I've done that for years and it's helped me quite a bit. But yeah, think about personal brand. Your agency site should have information about you that makes you look really smart and like an expert. We cover this more in the training, but number 7, automate anything that can be automated. Go to Zapier.com and explore all of the different ways you can automate tasks. For example, I have automation set up to automatically grab incoming calls from CallSling and put it into Google Sheet, where I track different metrics such as ROI, number of calls, etc. And I have my VA listen to each call to let me know how the clients are doing. Very good idea. Some of us, when we are generating leads, put this kind of management on the back burner because we're like, okay, I already have a client that's interested. Let me just go build more and more sites, more leads, more traffic. Really, something like this where you have a VA, virtual assistant, go through the calls and see how your clients closing the calls, how they're handling the calls, are they missing calls? Very good idea once you have that person hired and delegated. Number 8, keep your chin up. There will be days where you feel like it's just not gonna work. I had over 1 year of these kind of days, but guess what? I stuck through it. I believed in myself. I believed in the value of the service I was offering, and eventually it worked out. Guys, if you are serious about business, especially trying to create more freedom in your life, time freedom, don't expect it to be easy, right? Like, then if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Like, entrepreneurship is not easy, right? It takes dedication because you have to work irregardless of results or money that you're making right now today. Whereas a 9 to 5, if you clock in 6, 7, 8 hours, you're gonna make a certain amount of money. This is not how entrepreneurship works, right? You can put in 8 hours today, 8 hours every day all week, and still not have any money to show for, because what you're doing is you're building skill sets, knowledge, experience, and in our business, digital assets that will turn into money into the future. But there's a lot of uncertainty there. You need to have faith. And so it's not supposed to be easy. It certainly doesn't get easier over time. The internet gets crowded more and more over time. So if expect it to take double of what you're even imagining that it's going to take to create that lifestyle of freedom. But even if it takes double or triple of what you're imagining, it is worth going after that life. It is worth all the uncertainty and the fear. It is worth walking through all of that, because the life on the other end, on the other spectrum, not having to answer to a boss, it's so worth it. All right, number 9, provide real value for clients. A lot of times I feel like marketers tend to focus a lot on sales and not so much on actually delivering high quality, high value service. Okay. Being able to close a $1,500 a month deal means nothing to me if I know I can't actually deliver multitudes of that amount to the business in return. Don't tell someone that making their website look pretty without doing any optimization or SEO is going to change the game for them and make them more money. Because guess what? Eventually they're going to call you out on your bullshit and drop you like a sack of potatoes. And that hurts your credibility, not to mention requiring you to spend a lot more time on sales to find new clients. Focus on providing true value and retaining the client for good. Okay, great advice. I couldn't agree more. This is like my approach. Once I found a really good client, I thought about not just finding a new client. I thought about, hey, he's paying me $1,000 a month right now. He's a hungry business owner looking to really grow. What's stopping him from paying me $3,000 a month if I got him 3 times the result? And I would ask these kind of things to that client, and these clients are that type of business people where they really want to grow. And so I've built, for some of my sites, some of my clients, I've built like over 10 different lead gen sites just for that one client. And then these clients are paying me $3,000 a month, whereas before it was like $750 a month. So never underestimate over delivering on your services and value to these clients, because business is all about relationships, and relationships require time and some focus to grow. And so value those relationships and make them grow over time. So great advice there. Number 10, avoid bad clients. This one can be really hard when you're still getting your business started and are desperate for anyone who pays you. The problem is this will show through to them and they will take advantage of you. Also, a bad client, for example, someone who is rude and disrespectful to you from the first call forward, will take up more of your time and probably pay you even less than a good client. Remember, you are the solution to their problem. When's the last time your doctor begged you to let them fix your problem? If they don't want it and are completely rude about it, don't waste your time. There are plenty of good clients out there. Go find someone who will appreciate the value you're providing them with. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I need to add there. He pretty much nailed it. In the beginning, you are desperate for anybody that's willing to work with you, but over time, you will find out that when you got more than enough leads coming through from the various lead gen properties and your bills are taken care of, you're just not going to want to deal with kind of like clients that are headaches, right? So you could become more selective. Every market I've noticed, when there was a rude client, there was like 5 other clients that were much better to work with, right? But sometimes in the beginning when you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's hard. Like, it's fine too. Like, maybe you'll deal with some headaches, get the money. Don't get mad at your money is what Dan says. Take the money. But at the end of the day, you own the website, you own the phone lines. You can always change the client later on in the future if you pretty easily. So, all right. So that was the post. I hope you guys liked that. I think that was a very valuable post. This is the value of our community. We have the biggest rank and rank coaching program on the internet, 7,400 students. Dan Klein, our main mentor, has taught pretty much all of the rank and rank coaches that you see out there on YouTube. If you're interested in learning from the OG of rank and rank, original coach, mentor, this is the program that changed my life. So check the link in the description. #1 rank and rank coaching program on the internet. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.